Choose your flavor.
Good morning, I'm Angelo Castro III.
I'm Angela and we are the Castros. Ngayon po ay Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday to everyone. The weather looks good. It's holding up. Si Haring Araw ay nakasilip po dito, banda sa Mandaluyong.
Sana tuloy-tuloy yan kasi
Correct.
syempre yung mga kababayan natin until now, nag-iimis pa rin ng mga gamit nila, yung ibang mga kababayan natin.
Pero mukhang malulusaw daw yung LPA. Hope baka. Tinitignan nila. Let's see.
May tinitignan pa eh.
May tinitignan pero mukhang malulusaw daw. But of course, we want to get updates ng Pag-asa soon. But before that, we're serving you news in a...
Nakalimutan mo yung ating brunch
oo.
for today.
Alam mo yung buko pie,
Buko pie.
ano pa yan, Tubong Laguna yan, di ba?
Of course, ang pasalubong ng bayan.
Pasalubong ng bayan. This time, yan ang pang-brunch natin. Napakabigat na buko pie.
I was checking kasi kanina, ano ba yung trivia dito sa buko pie?
Ito, tanong ko sa viewers natin and then I'd like to see comments. Sa comments, is buko pie a coconut, a nut, or a fruit? Sige nga.
Sige, mamaya pag-usapan natin
But all of this because we're serving you news in a countdown.
All that before your second cup of coffee. This is Brunch. On the ninth spot, COMELEC has deactivated over 5 million registered voters for next year's midterm elections. COMELEC Chairman George Garcia said these voters can't vote next year after they failed to cast their ballots in the previous two elections. Aside from this agency, also deleted almost 250,000 people from their official list of voters. This is because they are already dead or their names were registered multiple times. Okay, so yan yung parang pwede makaiwas din sa anong tawag doon, yung flying voters.
Alam mo, nung bata ko, naalala ko yan
Uso yun yung mga flying voters na nandito sa, kunyari, presinto ng Quezon City, tapos nandoon din siya sa Mandaluyong.
I remember yung daddy ko, sinabi sa akin, I don't remember what election is, parang bumoto daw yung tita kong patay. Tinanong kasi nag-verify ata ang COMELEC. Tawa lang kami. Wow.
Saka diba, in every election, laging nagkakaroon ng problema, makikita natin sa mga media coverage, nung hinahanap nila lagi yung pangalan nila sa presinto, lagi nagkakawala.
Dami kasi population natin. In all fairness naman, medyo mahirap to scrub a list. But let's move on kasi madami pa tayong pag-uusapan.
Right.
Ranking 8th in our countdown is the Doble Plaa Law. The Senate has approved a bill seeking to amend the Doble Plaa Law on third and final reading. Under the approved Senate bill, motorcycle riders are not required to install larger front plates. Instead, they will use RFID for vehicle identification. The penalties for motorcycle violations are capped at 10,000 pesos. Motorcycle owners also have until June 30, 2025 to renew their registration. They can also get their new plates from the Land Transportation Office until December 31, 2025.
Gulo nila. Di ba yung una, naalala mo yan? Kasi magpapalagay sila sa mga motorcycle ng malalaking plates.
Supposedly
kaya doble plaka.
Ang problema, nakatakip daw sa masyadong
Tsaka sabi nila, it will affect daw yung aerodynamics ng mga motorcycle.
Kasi ang shape ng dapat naka-curve. Yung plaka kasi nakataas ng ganon. So it forms as a wind barrier, windshield.
Okay, sige. Let's move on now with another story for today. Nakaimbento ang 5 estudyante sa UP Diliman ng mura at madaling dalhin na panulat para sa mga visually impaired.
Ngayon, paano nila ito ginawa at paano ito makakatulong sa mga visually impaired? Para bigyan ng mukha ng ang Balita Mobile Journal, Denise Valdez Sancho.
Pocket-sized, mas mura at eco-friendly na panulat para sa mga visually impaired, matatagpuan yan sa UP Diliman. Level up ang 5 materials engineering students mula UP Diliman sa pag-develop ng innovative version ng isang braille slate. Tinatawag nila itong the Brilliant Blind Item o BBI. Pero bago ang lahat, ano nga ba ang isang braille slate?
Ito yung pen and paper ng mga visually impaired na mga PWDs natin. Yung slate and stylus, ginagamit siya para makapaggawa ng tactile na mga dots or yung mga nafe-feel sa papel.
Hindi nila inakala na ang dating class requirement para sa isang kurso magiging isang game changer sa mga visually impaired. Within a semester, nabuo ang BBI.
Naisip ko na rin na wala pa akong nakikita na masyadong innovation about it.
From a vision to reality. Naging metikuloso nga ang grupo mula pagkonsulta sa iba't ibang eksperto, pagdidisenyo at 3D printing ng produkto. Ang material na kanilang ginamit ay tinatawag na polylactic acid o PLA. Ito ay isang bioplastic na gawa sa mga renewable sources tulad ng cornstarch. Ito rin ay isang thermoplastic in nature na nagkakaroon ng hugis sa pamamagitan ng init.
He specifically used 3D printing to fabricate yung prototype. And upon research, we found out that polylactic acid or PLA was the most suitable for this type of processing. Pero ayon, right now sa research and sa academe, PLA still has problems and there are debates regarding about its degradation rate and its processability. So,
ang typical na braille slate, kasing laki ng bond paper. Kaya naisip ng grupo na gawing mas accessible ang disenyo ng BBI by making it foldable. When folded, halos kasing laki na lang nito ang 1/4 sheet of paper.
What if gawin natin siyang natitiklo para makuha niya na kahit kasing laki ng bond paper yung papel mo, kahit sing haba siya ng ruler, kahit mas maliit yung papel mo, like 1/4 lang, pwede mong gamitin yung slate na yon kasi all-in-one use na siya.
Sa ngayon, the team is yet to perfect their innovation but has high hopes that they'll achieve their vision.
for future project prospects, siguro if we're talking about mass production ng braille slate namin, we hope to select a material na siguro mas more durable and mas more eco-friendly.
Ang mga ganitong imbensyon, patunay lang that the future is bright not only for our future engineers but also all our hardworking students na patuloy na nagsusumikap para sa bayan. Mobile Journal, Denise Valdesancho po, hatid ang mukha ng balita.
Coming up, Alice Go, who was again no-show in Senate hearing, is now facing a case that could lead to her removal from public office.
Oh, so finding Alice. And now, Harry Roque, who is also linked to illegal Pogos, was almost cited in contempt by the Senate. Now, on what grounds?
Sinong nakapanood nun? Mamaya pag-usapan po
Finding
natin.
Alice, finding Kibuloy, and angry Roque.
We are just getting started, mga kapatid. More of our top 10 news when Brunch returns. Keep it here on One News. again, you are still watching Brunch here on One News. Tuesday na po ngayon. Batiin muna namin yung mga naipangako natin babatiin today. Si Alex Fuentes, Mark Santiago, Daisy
Sam Pokemon Go,
and
Gary
Nanabi
Field.
Cancio, of course, sa Tito Nito, and Tita Bessie, Mark Santiago, at saka si Gary ko na nanonood dito po sa YouTube. Of course, my mother.
At habang si Boom Gonzales nagko-croissant, ako local fare, buko pie and
Buko pie.
brewed coffee.
Si Mina Benales.
Nina, of course. Good morning,
and the rest
Nina,
of the
from our Jessie Mendez family.
Jessie Mendez family. Of course, si Miss Angie na nagdidiwang ng kanyang birthday today. Si Miguel Ebron, si Gabi Romero, si Jerome Holo, and of course, si Ralph Domingo, di ba? Nanonood din sa atin. Tasha
Right.
and Barbara na nanonood sa atin. Let's continue with our countdown. Going straight now to our top 7, the Coast Guard continues on its operation to contain the oil spill in Bataan. The PCG says at least 14 leaking valves of MT Terra Nova have been sealed as of Monday. The ship, which carries over 1 million liters of oil, sank last week due to inclement weather. Nearby localities have expressed concern over the possible impact of oil spill in their area.
Ang punta po or direction po nung oil sheen na na-observe po kanina sa aerial surveillance
South-southwest.
South-southeast. So papunta po papuntang Batangas to Cavite area.
Siguro papag-usapan po namin together with the mayors yung suggestion ni Governor Dolor na 4 kilometers away from the sheen ay kinakailangan better as precautionary measure to declare a fishing ban. And then, as needed, it needs to be expanded as well.
Okay, so itong Marine Science Institute ng UP, University of the Philippines, Diliman, nag-release sila ng bulletin nung Sunday actually. At yung forecast nila that an oil slick will travel northwards to Bulacan and will affect coastal areas in Cavite, south of Manila. So yun yung sinasabi nga nila natin. And dun sa update din natin, nakita ko parang 15 leaking valves eh. We have to check on that, ano. Pero ang
Now
sabi
sealed.
nila...
Yeah,
oo,
now sealed. 14
sabi nila,
leaking valves of MT Terra Nova are now
oo.
sealed.
Sabi nila kasi once that those leaking valves are sealed, pwede na sila mag-proceed sa siphoning nga nitong mga oil na to. 'Di ba? And for the meantime, habang sinisil nga nila, naglagay na ng mga oil spill booms na pinag-usapan din yan the last time na mas maigi daw yung mga organic na lang, yung made from coconut husk na gamitin kasi mas ma-absorb daw yon. Tsaka mas mura pa. Yun ang sinasabi
Kasi
nila.
ang goal ata nila is after yung leaking valves na ito is sealed kasi gagaang yung Terra Nova, aangat siya ng konti so they can push it to mausog siya to mas shallow grounds para easier ma-contain na daw lahat ng leaking valves or kaya kung anong oil ang tumatapon.
Kaso ang nagiging issue dyan ngayon, yun nga yung sa BFAR, di ba? They went there to check kung may contamination na sa mga isda doon. Pero it would take 2 to 3 weeks daw para malaman nila. So sinasabi nila, bakit hindi pa daw mag-impose na lang muna for the meantime ng fishing ban doon sa area para daw baka daw kasi mamaya
Preventive.
Preventive ban na lang muna kasi baka mamaya by the time na ma-reach nila yung result nung kanilang test na gagawin ay may iba nang nangyari. So hopefully maayos nila yan because we are talking about 11,000 fisher folk na maapektuhan in Bataan area lang and that's millions of pesos na mawawala sa kanila.
Okay, let's move on. Still hot at the 6th spot is the proposed confidential fund. The Marcos administration has allocated lower confidential funds in the proposed 2025 budget. Budget Secretary Amena Pangandaman disclosed that they allocated 10.286 billion pesos for confidential funds of various government agencies. It is 16% lower compared to this year's 12.3 billion pesos of confidential funds. The agencies that will get these funds are the Interior, Justice, Defense, and Transportation Department, the Ombudsman, the National Security Council, and the Office of the Presidential Advisor on Peace, Reconciliation, and Unity are also slated to receive confidential funds next year.
So, one thing is for sure, ang opisina ng ating Vice President is not gonna have confidential fund. Yun daw ang practice nila last year, so it's going to be remain the same, sabi nga nila. And syempre, alam naman natin nangyari dyan nung humihingi siya ng confidential fund, yan ang nagsimula.
Ka-issue ng downfall
ng
Team
Unity. Oo, diba? Dinina yung kanyang request dahil nga kinwestiyon diba? Yung budget deliberation, yung kanyang 125 million
na ginastos
secret
in
funds within
11 days.
11 days. Oo. So, pero medyo mataas-taas din kay Presidente na inihingi niya na
Ay, hindi. Presidente naman yan
fund.
The President should have a big confidential fund kasi madami siyang projects na directly pwedeng manggaling sa kanya.
Yeah, but itong confidential and intelligent funds na to, mind you, ito ay sabi nga nila mahirap ma-audit kasi nga hindi po pwede yan. Exempted sila dun sa mga standard procedure ng Commission on Audit.
Kasi
hindi po pwede dahil Intel funds.
Because ang premise nito is the President has access to information that we don't. So there is something that he knows that concerns national security. So at his disposal, yung funds. Di ba?
Alright, let's continue with our countdown. On our top 5 is the House hearing on the previous administration's drug war. Former Senator Laila De Lima says no less than the former president was the mastermind behind the killings. According to De Lima, Rodrigo Duterte must be prosecuted and convicted and spend the rest of his life in prison for those killings. The former senator says Duterte's drug war was an offshoot of the Davao Death Squad. De Lima was jailed for 7 years but was cleared of all her drug-related cases filed during the Duterte administration.
There is no doubt in my mind that former President Rodrigo Duterte is the mastermind, as he was the instigator and inducer of the drug war killings. These killings constitute a systematic attack on civilians and considered as a crime against humanity under international humanitarian law.
Ngayon,
Sinabi nga niya
we said that na di ba? Beware of an angry woman. I remember when I was a kid, tinanong ko, kasi yung panahon before, yung mga bagyo, di ba, the storms had names na puro women lang.
Yeah.
And I asked my dad, why are storms just named after women but walang male names? Sabi ng daddy ko, have you ever seen an angry woman? They're likening daw an angry woman to a storm. You hear, naririnig mo yung anger at galit
voice
ni...
niya very stern. And actually, nung pagkakasabi nga din niya yesterday, na nung during daw her time na nagkakaroon ng illegal drug probe sa Senate, wala naman daw naggawa din ng committee hearing sa Congress, sa lower house. Ngayon kasi 'di ba, aminin naman natin.
The tides have turned because it's another administration.
Alam na natin kung bakit nga ron nagkakaroon ng mga
Saka medyo hindi friendly ang Congress kay former President Duterte.
Ang inaabangan nga dyan, kung maghaharap of course, isa sa mga kasama ni former President Rodrigo Duterte ay si Harry Roque at saka si Senator Laila De Lima sa hearing. Pero hindi pa kasi si former spokesperson Harry Roque, umattend naman siya sa hearing ng Senate, diba, which pag-uusapan natin later.
And si former DOJ, di ba ata, si Vitaliano Aguirre, was also blindly mentioned.
I think ang nakaharap kahapon ni Senator Laila din, correct me if I'm wrong, sila, former chief, PNP chief.
Yes, Oscar Albayalde. Na he's questioning bakit siya kasama daw doon. Alright, let's move on. Sitting at the fourth spot are Vice President Sara Duterte and PNP Chief General Romel Marbil. The Vice President claims she is being politically harassed after her 75 security personnel were recalled. VP Sara called out Marbil for supposedly lying about the removal of her security personnel. She was referring to an interview where Marbil said there is no threat against the Vice President. VP Sara said she felt threatened when a video footage of her family at Naiya was released to the public. She added that there were PNP operatives who went to her family's house to do casing. Marbil refused to respond to the Vice President's statements against him. If you come to think of it, bakit the Vice President of the Philippines may nag-release ng CCTV footage of our movements? Medyo scary yun.
Yung sinasabi niya sa airport.
Yun nga, that's what I'm saying. CCTV footage niya of yung movement niya sa airport.
Anong threat dun?
That's the Vice President of the Philippines. So you know...
CCTV lang.
Yeah, but that's live, that's closed circuit television. In other words, nakikita ang movement niya na-release in public. 'Di ba? I mean, putting aside political sides, why these are sensitive issues that you have to keep secret. Kasi these are the top 2 officials of the land eh. Ano yung purpose of releasing it?
Well, ewan ko. Pero
Kung ang issue nila is going to Germany, di i-release mo na lang, umalis siya sa Germany.
siya.
Tapos, you don't have to show the video of
Pero
her
para
leaving.
sa akin, di naman para siyang...
No, I mean, I'm just saying,
Ano,
you don't
hindi
need
siya,
to...
wait lang, parang hindi siya, ang tawag din, threat. Yung
It can be.
magpapakita ng CCTV.
It can be. Oo, you're showing an actual location.
Pero ang maanghang nga dito sa sinabi niya, dun sa kanyang open letter na pinost sa Facebook, tandaan mo, pagdating sa seguridad ng aking pamilya, ako ang magsasabi kung sino ang karapat-dapat. Hindi ikaw, batas ka lang, hindi ka Diyos. Na sinabi. Tapos ibabalik niya yung 45 na ni-retain sa kanya na na security na from PNP. Hindi daw niya kailangan kasi again i-reiterate niya na hindi niya kailangan ng security para magampanan ang trabaho niya bilang Vice President.
But I'd like...
Ayaw lang daw niya na nagsasabi ng mga kasinungalingan, allegedly, itong ating PNP chief. Yun ang according sa kanyang letter.
But I'd like to go back to yung sinabi ni J. Edgar Hoover na, di ba, sabi, parang there was an issue why he was investigating an assassination attempt. Wala naman daw threat sa Vice President. He said that being the Vice President or the President, regardless of a verified threat or not, there is always a threat on your life. So with VP Sara, I understand where she's coming from. Vice President ka ng Pilipinas.
Saka yung timing kasi ng pagtanggal.
Hindi. Tsaka Vice President ka ng Pilipinas. So parang ang question is, ba't mo sinasabi, PNP Chief, na wala naman threat sa buhay ko? Being the Vice President alone, constant threat na yon.
So ngayon, lahat ngayon ng syempre kaalyado, no, nagvo-volunteer na protektahan si Vice President, yung mga former
Basta sa akin,
yung mga volunteers.
Before we move on lang, kaalyado or hindi, Vice President, President, constant threat lang lagi yan. And we have to secure all our officials, regardless of political.
Oo naman. Pero yun nga, kasi yung timing, sinasabi niya, di ba? Tinanggalan
exactly.
siya,
So, time
hindi daw
for.
naman siya kinausap
Correct.
regarding this, no?
Well,
taliwas sa sinabi
we don't,
ni PNP.
they're privy to information that we don't
Sinabi
have, so
niya na
mag-usap-usap na lang sila.
Oo. And with that, let's continue with our countdown. Di po mawawala. Coming in at top 3, PAO confirms the arrest of an alleged Pogo big boss in Benguet. Undersecretary Gilbert Cruz says the Chinese national was nabbed in the town of Tuba on Saturday. According to Cruz, the so-called Pogo big boss is wanted in China for illegal disbursement of public funds. The house where he was hiding was initially reported owned by Harry Roque, but he denied this in a Senate hearing. Let's talk more about that and other updates on Pogo. Go ahead, Diego.
We have with us PAOK spokesperson Winston Casio on the line. Magandang umaga, Spokes. Thank you very much for joining us.
Magandang umaga, Diego and Angela. And to all your listeners and viewers as well.
Yes, thank you, Spokes. Let's get right to it, Spokes. So, nandito na po ba sa NCR itong big boss ng Pogo na sinasabi? At ano po ang legal proceedings na pwede niyang harapin?
Yeah. Nadala na po natin siya dito sa PAOK Detention Facility nung weekend po, nung Saturday.
Okay.
So, we already received formal communication from the Embassy of China na itong individual na ito ay wanted nga po doon sa kanila for several billion yuan worth of online scam.
Malaki-laki yun, Spokes,
Yeah. O kung di ako nagkakamali, parang 1.9 billion yuan,
Yes.
times 7 or 8 pesos.
I'd like to clarify, Spokes, no, yung big boss na ito, are we talking about possible top of the chain? In other words, lahat ng Pogo is under him dito sa Pilipinas, or there's a specific group?
No, not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
He's not yet top honcho, no, Diego. Siya pa lang ay parang lumalabas nga lang na middle manager at saka consultant. Tama po siya rito. Tama po si former presidential spokesperson Harry Roque kahapon doon sa binanggit niya sa Senado ng kanyang pagkakakilala sa taong ito ay cyber nomad daw po ito at saka IT expert. Tama po yan, IT expert nga po ito, cyber nomad, pero ito po ang isang klase ng cyber nomad na kriminal. Scammer po ito at mayroon itong standing warrant of arrest sa People's Republic of China.
Wait, I'd like to lead up to that. You said kasi cyber-nomad IT expert, could he possibly be linked to yung ibang hacking incidents na nararanasan po natin dito?
That's highly probable. So we're also checking on that. Kasi naalala ninyo, may nahuli ang CIDG nung nakaraang Marso po yata yon na hacker, no? Yung nag-iikot dito sa Metro Manila, may dalang hacking equipment. So we're taking a look at all of this. Pero itong hacking po na ito, these are not state actors.
Yes.
Ika-clarify ko lang po yan. Hindi po ito state actors. So hindi po ito mga taong gobyerno ng China. Ito lang po talaga ay mga scammers, mga hackers na scamming po ang kanilang purposes.
Okay.
Ano po pangalan nitong foreign national na nahuli natin dito sa Benguet?
Ang kanyang pagpapakilala, nagpakita siya ng expired na Cambodian passport, Poon Wern, Poon Mu Earn, no? Pero chinek po namin, pinadala po namin yung kanyang picture sa China at na facial biometrics po siya. Ang kanyang tunay na pangalan ay Sun Li Ming. So siya po yung mastermind nung tinatawag na Limin.com scam sa Shenzhen province nung nakaraang taon, July of 2023 last year.
Right. And just to be clear, wala naman po siyang hawak na Pinoy passport.
Wala itong hawak na Pinoy passport, so Cambodian at saka Chinese passport tamang po ang hawak nito.
I understand ito pong arrest operation na ginawa po ninyo dito sa Benguet. Ang dapat po na target po ninyo ay isang Chinese woman? Tama po ba? Hindi po talaga itong
si Won Yun.
Can you please tell us more about it?
Yes, meron ho kasi tayo natang itong si Wan Yun, connected po ito doon sa na-raid natin na Porak na Pogo. So, naka-receive kami ng intelligence information na nandun nga po siya nagtatago sa loob ng bahay na yon. Let me be clear na nung ni-raid po namin, nung sinerve po, in-implement yung mission order ng immigration at saka ng PAOK sa bahay na yon. Let me be clear that we didn't know at that point na associated yung bahay na yon doon sa former presidential spokes. Nalaman ko lang po ito personally, madaling araw na po ng Sunday nung nag-report yung aming mga operatiba at saka immigration na apparently yung bahay, ang pagkakasabi nila, sir, mukhang dito nakatira yung asawa ni presidential spokes. So, madaling araw na po ng Sunday ko nalaman yan. So, then, nung hindi nahuli, hindi nakuha yung subject nung warrant ay ng mission order, pero nakita po namin yung kanyang puting Alphard, yung talagang subject nung mission order. Nakita po namin doon sa labas ng bahay na yan. Lot 37, Block 23, Pinewoods, Subdivision, Tuba, Benguet. So, doon po yung bahay. Then, nung kami nakikiusap na kung pwedeng lumabas sila, ang lumabas po ay caretaker. At yung pagpapakilala nga po ng caretaker ay caretaker nga po siya nung dating presidential spokesperson. Kinonfirm naman po ni Secretary Roque yata kahapon sa Senado yon sa Senate hearing na meron nga siyang, yung caretaker nga po doon ay tauhan daw niya.
But he denied po that he owns the property.
Yes, he denies that he owns the property. No. He did not deny that he owns the property. He said that he has an interest in the property sapagkat yung Bancham Property Holdings ay kanilang kumpanya. No? So sinasabi naman niya kahapon sa Senado na ngayon meron lamang siyang interest doon pero sometime in the near future, yung Bancham ay magiging 100% na pagmamayari na po niya ng kanilang korporasyon. So, yun naman po. Pero tama naman po na hindi siya nakatira doon noong mga panahon na yun. Opo.
Okay, but
pero,
if
hindi
ever...
nila may tatatwa,
go ahead.
ang hindi po nila may tatatwa, Angela at saka Diego, is yung bahay na yon ay may direktang connection doon sa kanila.
Opo, may mga nakitang reports din po kasi ako, ang sinasabi nila, supposedly, ang may-ari daw po nito ay yung kanyang asawa. Do we have documents to prove that?
Initial information, ma'am. Angela, yun din ang initial information na dumating sa amin. So kaya po, nung Sunday po, nung wala na kami doon, ang instructions na lang namin is makipagbigay-ugnayan kami doon sa Owners Association
Right.
para mabigyan kami ng definite na impormasyon kung sino nga po ba talaga ang may-ari ng lupa, ay ng bahay, kung yun ba ay nakapangalan doon sa korporasyon, at kung nakapangalan nga sa korporasyon, sino ang authorized na mag-occupy ng bahay na yun.
Alright, sige. Marami po kaming questions pero wala na po tayong oras. But with that, thank you po muna sa ating PAOK spokesperson na si Winston Casio. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Diego and Angela.
Okay, don't go away because we're not done yet. May dalawa pa tayo. Stay with us. Welcome back. You're still watching Brunch here on the One News.
Kumain ka naman ng buko pa. Hindi
Later,
ka
I'm going to eat after this kasi ayoko magating eh.
Grabe siya, tinga. Go na.
Let's move on. Coming in at the second spot, the Office of the Solicitor General has filed a co-warrant petition against Alice Guo. The petition seeks to permanently remove the suspended mayor from public office. Solicitor General Menardo Guevara explains the grounds in their case in an interview on The Big Story.
We have two main grounds in this petition for quo warranto. One is based on her ineligibility. We have evidence to show that she is not a Filipino citizen. The other major ground is that she has committed certain acts which by provision of the law, would constitute a forfeiture of her office.
Guo did not attend the Senate hearing on illegal pogos on Monday despite an arrest warrant. Lawmakers are now considering filing another case against her for not complying with the summon.
The long arm of the law will soon reach you. Guo Huaping, tahasan kang nagsinungaling sa komiteng ito. Tahasan mong sinuway ang subpoena at contempt citation. You may be able to hide now, but you will not be able to hide forever.
Now, our top story for today is the recent Senate Pogo hearing. Former presidential spokesperson Harry Roque was almost cited in contempt in yesterday's hearing after his heated exchange with Senator Risa Ontiveros. Here's the report.
Former presidential spokesperson Harry Roque initially told the Senate that he will not appear in the hearing on Pogos due to prior court commitment. But Roque still appeared to clear his name regarding his alleged association with the illegal Pogo Lucky South 99. Moments later, he got into a fuming exchange with Senator Risa Ontiveros.
Ma'am, excuse me
No,
kasi...
no. Excuse me, Attorney Roque.
I'm sorry, madam, but
Yes,
I am a
it's all
resource
right.
person invited.
Yes, you are.
I was
Wait.
asked
Let me
to
finish.
answer.
Yes, you
Hindi ko
already
po maintindihan,
answered in excess.
Kapag gusto niyo
Sandali
akong
po.
tumigil, papatigil niyo ako kapag ako nag-explain.
Roque insisted that he is not the legal counsel of any illegal Pogo. He clarified that he is the lawyer of the Whirlwind Corporation, a service provider to Lucky South. This prompted him and Ontiveros to continuously clash in the hearing.
Do you maintain na hindi kayo abogado ng Lucky South 99 or any Pogo for that matter?
I maintain as an officer of the courts and under oath before the Senate of the Republic of the Philippines that I have never acted as legal counsel for Lucky South 99 or for any other Pogo. Let us be fair because you have been insinuating I am a lawyer for Lucky South.
Please stop using that offensive verb, insinuating. I am a very plain speaker.
Okay, I'm
Pwede
sorry.
Nyo lang, it's all right. Pwede
Okay.
nyo lang sabihin mali yung fact na
Mali po.
sinasite, tinatanggi nyo yung sinabi ng ibang resource person.
Roque kept denying he was Lucky Star's lawyer, but he said the illegal Pogo should have hired him for his legal services.
Sana kinuha po ako ng Lucky Star na abogado. Bakit po? Dahil yung raid sa PORAC, unconstitutional po yan. Nag-raid po sila, kumuha sila ng warrant of arrest galing sa Bulacan judge outside of jurisdiction.
Excuse me, sige.
Well,
Hindi natin
ano na
ini-investiga yung raid. We are investigating
Yes,
the
ma'am. But I'm
Pogo.
just saying
So,
kasi...
please just make your
Yeah,
answer
mabilis
to
lang po.
this short.
Senator Ontiveros is still not convinced with Roque's explanation. She pointed out again the organization chart of Lucky Star in which Roque was named as the illegal Pogo's legal department head.
Nalaman ko lang na nandun ang aking pangalan nung nag-hearing po last time dito. Pero bilang abogado and naging professor ng constitutional law, I'm familiar with the rules of the Senate. And the Senate says that in proving facts, the rules of court apply in the suppletory character.
Excuse me. Sandali po. You don't need to tell the committee what the rules of the Senate are.
Well, I'm just
Please
citing
just
po.
answer our question. You don't
My
need to
answer
cite,
po
it's not
is
necessary.
that document is only evidence of its existence. Pero para patunayan po yung katotohanan na nakalasaad sa dokumentong yan, dapat meron pong testigo na nakakita ng ginawa yung dokumentong yan.
Senator Win Gatchalian intervened in the middle of the hearing and warned Roque with a contempt citation if he will keep on disrespecting Ontiveros. Roque's temper cooled down for a while and apologized.
I thought we were engaged in the search for the truth.
Oh, definitely we are.
Please be reminded to respect the chairperson.
I'm very respectful, Madam Chair.
Paano respectful na nagsasalita siya, sinasabayan mo siya?
I apologize, Senator Gatchalian.
One more,
I
and
apologize.
I will cite you in contempt. And if you disrespect the chairperson, we'll be compelled to cite you in contempt.
I understand, I apologize.
Naiiba talaga ang ihip ng hangin ngayon, ano?
Oh,
6
she's-
years ago, you wouldn't see...
Si Spokes has
Spokes
to,
had it okay.
former Spokes has to take it easy. Di ba may
Yeah,
nagka-heart
may heart
condition. That's why he
problem
dropped out from the race dati. Nagka-heart problem siya. High blood na naman si
Medyo
Spokes
intense
yan.
kasi kahapon
Oo.
talaga yung hearing nila dyan eh. Tapos
Oo.
parang muntik pa siyang ma-cite in contempt.
Hindi na gusto ni Senator Risa ang word insinuating. I never insinuated. I was asking you, di ba? Don't use that word. It's
Buti nga
offensive.
umaten siya eh, kasi nung first sabi
Yeah,
niya
buti
hindi.
umaten siya.
attend.
Humabol siya eh.
Tapos pangalawa, hindi kasi may hearing. Tapos biglang nandyan siya ngayon.
Baka humabol or yung hearing na cancel. Pwede naman ganun.
Pwede. Pero at least he's
At
there.
least he's there.
diba?
Hindi
Kasi
siya nagtatago.
importante, Kesa yung iba na ayaw humarap.
Yung Finding Apollo and Missing Guo.
Totoo.
Oo.
Okay, sige.
Ayun.
Pero abangan pa natin yung mga iba pang magiging hearings. Saka yung magiging resulta nitong Pogo hearing na to sa Senate. And of course, yung 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 petition kay Alice Go, yung co-warrant
Co-warrant petition.
case na final nga ng
To remove her
Solgen.
from office na. Alright, ito, quote para sa mga taong pagod na sa buhay at sa trabaho. Laziness may appear attractive, but work gives satisfaction.
Uy.
A quote from Anne Frank.
Si Maring Ann.
Yes.
Favorite natin yan. But of course, we'd like to greet everybody and thank you so much for joining us today. Tomorrow po ulit, babati kami dun sa mga may birthday today tsaka tomorrow. Okay? Bakit?
Ayan, yan ako second mile. And that wraps up today's episode of Brunch.
Join us again tomorrow. I'm Angela Lagunsad Castro.
And I'm Angelo Castro III.
We are
One News, all sides, all the time.